Hello, my name is Kim, and I made the short movie which is called Hard Fruit. I think it's a film about love and relationships.
About the film, there are some questions that I would like to make. One is about the camera movements. I mean,
Yes.
the first thing that we see, it's a zoom in, for example. And I was wondering if you could talk a little bit about these kind of decisions, about the camera movement and how the camera relates to the people that are portraying.
I don't know what exactly the camera movements means to each person's or characters.
Yeah.
But I know that I was really interested in making camera movements because I think I'm progressing always from one movie to the next movie. And the movie I've made before was really static. It was really fixed and really static and not moving at all. So, therefore I chose to make this movie really moving, really enjoyable or flying. And I think, movie making is also a really technical medium. And I like to experiment with all these tools, I think it's always just a new experiment. I always want to do something I've never done before. And this is the second time I shot on analog film. I think I'm still a big amateur in this field, but it's really fun. It's really nerve-wracking. And also that combined with these big movements is even more nerve-wracking. But it's in the end, I think it's a big, there's coming back a lot. It's just really fun to do that.
And what do you think that the analog apports your films?
I don't know. I came to that decision very organic or very natural, because when I looked at the movies I liked, I was really fascinated by the looks of these different movies. And when I researched this, I found out that I all made on analog film. Some of them had the same lenses, some of them had the same cameras. And that was really interesting to me, and I just wanted to try this out for myself, but also I'm really interested in what people made before me. I started with digital movie making, and the analog filmmaking was just a big mystery. They said all the people who had done this, they said it's really precious and it's really difficult to make. And the mystery was growing, So yeah. I said to myself, I had to do this. I really want to experience it. And besides of the great look, I think the experience on set is really special, because the film roll or the film stock is precious, and you're very limited in your material. So it's really funny when actors fuck up the take and they say, "Can I have another one? Can we afford another take?" Okay, one more time. It's okay.
Another characteristic of your films, it's also the colors. I mean, it's super related to the look that you were talking about with the analog thing, but that's incredible. I think that is one of the things that sticks on your mind about your film too. And I was wondering, how was the process of working on it? If you worked with somebody, or if it was something that you worked on it on your own?
No, I always work with production designer and costume designer on colors. And I just gave them two colors, blue and red. I don't know if you recognized those two colors. I don't know why I chose blue and red, but I like blue and red, and maybe you find lots of interpretations in these colors, which relates to love or relationships. I'm sure you find it, but I just handed this idea over to my collaborators, and the rest of it is their work.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I think that another, I mean, we were talking about the image, but then there's a really interesting work about the soundtrack too, because you worked with different musics. So I was wondering if you could talk a little bit about that part of the short film.
Yeah, that was also a really exciting part, because that was also a progress from the last movie, because this movie hadn't music at all. And I had the lucky chance to live with my old flatmate, which is a DJ here in Zurich, maybe one of the best DJs in Zurich. No, but no, he has like a vinyl record. How do you say? A collection of vinyl records, like 4,000
Wow.
records. So it's really, really big. For me, it's really big. Maybe for a collector, is pretty average. I don't know. But yeah, all the time he played a record, I ran out of my room and said, "Oh, I want to make a movie to this song, and I also want to make a movie to this song or to this song." So
it's a beautiful process, because it's like the other way around.
Yes,
yeah. Right. It's not a music that fits a film, but a film made for a song. That's beautiful.
Yes. And I think it really started there, because I discovered the one band, which is One Tongue, and the other band, it's actually the same band, but they changed the name. The one band is One Tongue, and the other band is called Wotu, but there are the same guys behind these formations. And then I just called them, I discovered this record, which was recorded in the 90s, and I really liked it. And I went to parties where this music was played again and again, and that's why I thought I have to call them. So I called them, and I found the website, which is called Music for Movies, and I thought, oh, if I would be so stupid if I don't call them. So I called them, and they said, send us your movie, the last movie. They were a fan of it, and they said, do whatever you want. Here's the music.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really a great story, and yeah, it's really, 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 really heartwarming, because I met those just some weeks ago for the first time at the Locarno Film Festival, and it was really, really great to meet them.
No, but I was wondering, how was your process of, like, did you write the different scenes? Because there's something really organic about the film, on my way of seeing it. I don't know, there's something that goes from one character to the other one, to the other one, to the other one. It's like that you navigate different relationships and different states of mind, or different phases of relationships. And I was wondering, how was your process on that? If you wrote before, like, the different scenes, if you already knew that, like, this game was going to happen, or it was something that also you created then in the editing process of it?
Yes, I think the writing process is always really, really messy. First, I had a really, really straightforward singular story of one relationship.
Okay.
And but then I changed my mind, because I think life or love is not, you cannot show life or love in one movie, especially not in a short movie. So I chose an episodic form, which is, I think, an open narrative, in where different people looking for different forms of love. Okay. But yeah, I wrote several different scenes, several different stories, and we shot even more of them. And then at the end, in the editing room, we cut out like 5 whole scenes.
Wow.
There was shot a lot more, wrote a lot more than in the final movie. At the end, in the editing room, it's just about intuition, because as you said, navigating from one point to another. How does it feel? How do we get there? Does the spectator also get there or not? But yeah, we tried.
Yeah, I think the last scene is really beautiful. The dance scene where you could see everybody. I was wondering if that was your idea from the beginning, and how was to shoot it, or the process of making it happen.
Yeah, no, I don't know. There was always a dance scene. But I had a really, really cool choreographed dance scene in mind. But then I called the choreographer, but he couldn't make it. So then I stand there with all my actors on set, with no choreographer. And then I said, yeah, let's just dance. Let's just be yourselves, and here's the music. Just do whatever you like. Yeah. But then it ended up to be like a good ending, where you have some facial fragments or moments of these different characters, who you met before in this movie, and then you can relate again, make new stories or questions.
Yeah. So I was wondering if you could talk now a little bit about your film school.
Film school is, I don't know, it was fun. It's great. It wasn't always. I think film, maybe the biggest struggle for a film school is to teach art. Maybe that's not even possible. But as a young student, you come in there and somehow you expect that. And the faster you learn that this is not possible, the better. And I think maybe the only place where this happened, that art could be taught, was in film history class, because that was my my favorite class. Because I remember myself when I entered film history, I thought, black and white movies, I think this is not going to work with me. But now after several years of film school, I have to admit this is just the greatest experience ever, because I mean, film history or art history, culture history, or history itself says so many things to you, to yourself, to the present time. I mean, there were so many people before us who thought about the same old shit we still thinking about today, and that alone is really great. It's a great thought, I think. Yes.
The final question is, what does cinema mean for you?
Yes. Okay. I don't know. A lot. Maybe everything. Maybe no, not everything, but a lot, of course. Yeah, as I talked before, I mean, cinema is a big, crazy window into another dimension. I don't know. I'm really grateful to found something in which I can express all my thoughts, images, experiences, or perceptions. So I'm really grateful for that.
Yeah.
I think I understand myself better through movies, and I understand the world better, or the people around me better through movies sometimes. But I mean, cinema itself as a word, as an expression, cinema is maybe just the experience. I think it's not about the good plot, a good acting, or good camera work. It can be that, it can be all of that together, or it can be none of that. But cinema is maybe just the experience of, it can be, it's really open, it can be everything. Doesn't matter if it's good or bad, or pleasant or unpleasant. Yes.